If you are a furry or your dad is a cop, then you're gonna love this video, because I found the top 10 best character card arts in Set 2 Paramount War of the One Piece card game, and in this video, I'm going to rank them. Of course, this list is not going to include alternate arts. We'll save that for another video. Now, everyone knows art is subjective, so let's objectify it. Starting at number 10, we have Borsalino, the laziest marine of them all. I tell you what isn't lazy though, is this artwork. It's well rendered, it captures his vibes and his aura extremely well, and as nice as the composition is, I think what really brings this art together and into the top 10 is his light power activating and serving as both a frame for the character and a way to help our eye travel around the picture. I really love the way the cape and the light bleed off the frame as well. And speaking of bleeding, we have a man who bleeds a lot. That's right, it's none other than the GOAT of One Piece himself, everyone's favorite dad, Edward Newgate. This card costs 9, and he's ranked at 9. What are the odds? Anyway, I really love how tumultuous the sea looks in the background and how much warmth and power he is exuding as a direct contrast. The colors are rendered really well, and those veins are insane, man. The glowing aura around his Naginata is super well done. When this card hits the board, the art just tells you you're in trouble. Now, at number 8, we have another monster of a character, and this is the 8-cost Odin. Wow, he's number 8 on the list and it costs 8. What are the freaking odds? Anyway, this card is sick for the boldness of the colors. It is so freaking intense. All of his swords and his face and the expression of colors as well as the pose. Such a unique art style for the One Piece card game up to this point. And the only reason he's not higher on this list is because you almost get too caught up in all the chaos that it's hard to fully grasp what you're seeing sometimes. And speaking of not fully grasping what you're seeing, I don't think you will fully grasp this next card, as you might be surprised that it's on here. The card, of course, is Emporio Ivankov. I know what you're thinking. This card costs 7 and it's at number 7. I promise I'm not lazy, it's just a coincidence. But this card deserves its spot. In a weird way, I really like that his hair looks like a devil fruit or a cake. But the colors and the lighting are so expressive, and the artist just really goes for it here. This art wants to be seen, and we definitely see it. The composition is so unlike everything else in this set, and it really stands out. The light in the background and the purple smoke are actually kind of addicting to look at. You might be surprised by my next choice, but I really dig this art. At number 6, we have, you guessed it, a 6-cost character. Okay, these coincidences are getting ridiculous, but truth be told, I could have swapped Ivankov with this, but I thought it would be funny to keep the theme here, with the cost and the placement on the list. And after some serious contemplating, I do think this placement here is justified. The lighting in Sakazuki really carries this piece. The way his outfit and the outline around his jacket are super sick, and the way the lava is rendered is so detailed and just absolutely fire, pun intended. This is a card that, even if you never read it before, you have an idea of what it's going to do, just based on the art, and that is a compliment. The dark grays and whites really go hard with the orange. And you know what else is orange? Carrots. And Carrot just so happens to be our number 5 pick for the best art in Set 2. Okay, 5-cost character at the top 5 now. It's just sad how lazy I am at ranking. But trust me when I say this card deserves its spot, because what in the Inuyasha looking, and Itachi in front of the moon looking, Were Bunny badass aura having Super Saiyan rabbit card is this? If you put a moon and a cool pose in a card, you're unlocking cheat codes to cool art. Carrot's Sulong form is absolutely fire, and the uncaring coldness of her pose and attitude with the moon in the background and her energy swirling in the card is such a cool image. If her hair was flowing off the frame, then this card would probably be placed even higher. But let's chop this carrot with a big knife. And you know who has a big knife? You aren't gonna expect this card. You probably forgot or don't even know it exists. But at number 4, we have Mihawk. Okay, can someone tell me why Bandai commissions the most sick art for vanillas? Because holy heck man, this art is so insane. The way he's posed and bringing the sword down, and you can just see the cross guard in line with the cross on his neck. His eyes, the subtlety of the colors, and the level of detail here, all for a card that won't ever see play is crazy to me. Maybe in a blue-green Sanji deck, but that's besides the point. I really love the way the feather on his hat looks like a cloud flowing up as he swings down. It's so cold. Another character that is quite literally cold is my number 3 pick. That character is none other than Kuzan. My gosh, this card has absolutely everything I love about card arts. The whole character is in full view, the art bleeds past the frame, the rendering of the powers is so insane, the sheer amount of skill on display is insane. The art in this card is so good that it might even be better than every card in set 1 by a lot. But now you're probably asking, if it's ranked so highly, then why is it not number 1? How can it be so perfect if there are 2 cards above it? Well, you see, the next card is actually the YouTube subscribe button. Now I know what you're going to say, that's not a One Piece card. You're right, but it is a one piece of this channel that will help me out the most, so if you could click on it and get a better view, I would appreciate it. Now let's get back to the real number 2, a card you will literally not expect. But it's time to let the cat out of the bag. At number 2, we have Nekomamushi. Remember how I said moons are a cheat code? Well, this moon does a lot of work for this piece. But also, this piece in general is pretty stellar. The rendering of the elements around Nekomamushi, plus how sick he looks, hitting the pose with a fierce and badass look that makes this card look terrifyingly more powerful than it actually is. Bandai is obsessed with pairing the most insane art with the most nothing card effects. Honestly, this card would probably be number 1, but it ruins it slightly with the huge white text box. Get rid of this, Bandai, please. Copy Kuzan and just put the text over the image. Now finally, it's what you've been waiting for. The number 1 best card in One Piece Set 2 Paramount War is none other than Kuzan. Not the one from before, the 10 cost. Man, the gold border, the swagger, the pose, the lighting, the frame bleeding, the bold lines. I realized this artist was number 1 in the last video too. You should watch to find out what that card is. But we have biases for a reason. I think up to this point, this might honestly be the best card in One Piece Paramount War. Now you can start a war with me in the comments and tell me how right or how wrong I am, and tell me what your favorite card arts are in One Piece Set 2. Not including alternate arts, of course. Like I said before, we'll save that for another video. Speaking of another video, you should probably watch this one right here that YouTube is recommending. I think you'll like it. Thanks for watching.